Hello students, Miss Watson here, and today we're going to take a look at rounding. Now the rules that you may have learned about rounding in the past are not actually all that accurate. So we're going to learn about how to round in a science class. So the rules about if it's 1 through 4 round down and 5 through 9 round up are not quite as accurate as we'd like. It's when we get the number 5 that we run into trouble. So we're going to learn a few new rules to help us deal with that. So we have one learning goal today, to round numbers, or you should be able to round numbers to a specified number of significant digits. If you have not yet watched the video on significant digits, please do so. You won't be able to answer these questions without knowing how many significant digits are in a number. So if you haven't watched that video, please watch it. I'll put a link in the description box below. So here are all our rules. I didn't mean to have them show up all at once, but here we go. If the number to the right is the number to the right of your rounding digit is 1 through 4, then you round down. If the number to the right is 6 through 9, you'll round up. Now what about when it's a 5? Well, that's the tricky one. You'll check the rounding digit. If the number is odd, you'll round up. And if it's even, you'll round down, or you'll leave it the same. So we'll look at those examples there. If we're supposed to round to 1 decimal for the first one, if we look at our rounding digit, it's 4. So we look at the number to the right of that, it's 8, which is 6 or greater, so that means we'll round up. So the 4 gets turned into a 5. The next one, our rounding digit is 6. We look to the digit to the right, which is 2. That's in the 1 to 4 category, so we round down and we leave it the same at 6. We'll look at the next one. The rounding digit is 3 and it has a 5 next door. So do we round up or down? Well, since the rounding digit is a 3 and that's an odd number, that means we will round up. So it'll end up as a 4. In our last example, the rounding digit is 6. And we can see the number next door is a 5, so again we need to decide if we should round up or down. Since the rounding digit is a 6 and that's even, that means we round down, and so we leave it at 31.6. So let's try a couple examples here. So we want to round the first one to 3 significant digits. So we'll count here 1, 2, 3, and that 3 is our rounding digit. So we need to look to the number to the right, which is the 7. Now 7 is in the category 6 through 9, so we need to round up. So we'll end up with 64.4. The next one wants us to round to 4 significant digits. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 2 is our rounding digit. We look next door and there's a 3. 3 is in the category of 1 through 4, so we round down. So we'll end up with 8.892. Now let's take a look at the next example. Round to 5 significant digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our rounding digit is the 7. If we look next door, it has a 5. 5 are the tricky ones, so we might have to round up, we might have to round down. How do we know? Well, we take a look back at our rounding digit 7. 7 is an odd number. Odd numbers we round up when there's a 5 next door. So we're going to end up with 33.218 when we round up. Our next question wants us to round to 6 significant digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 is our rounding digit. We look next door and there's a 5 again. So we need to know if we should round up or round down. So let's look back at our rounding digit, which is the 6. 6 is even, which means we round down. So in this case, we would leave the 6 as it is. So we end up with 33.2226. Oops, 6, there we go. And then the last one, round to 2 significant digits. So we'll count 1, 2, 3 is our rounding digit. We look next door and there's a 5. So again, we need to decide if we should round up or down. So we look at the rounding digit, which is 3. 3 is an odd number, which means we round up. So we would end up with 6.4 times 10 to the 12. So let's take another look at our learning goal. You should be able to round numbers to a specified number of significant digits. If you can do this, fantastic. If not, please re-watch the video. And if you're still having trouble, come ask me in class tomorrow. Alright, that's all for now. Bye-bye.